Runners come to the Las Vegas Marathon and Half Marathon for various reasons. For many, it's the lure of a fast time. The low humidity, cool morning temperatures, and gently downhill courses used by many to qualify for the Boston Marathon or the Olympic Marathon trials. Other runners come because it's Las Vegas, and they couldn't care less about how fast they run. This quintet of leaders was not here to have a good time. They were here to run a good time. Peter Oviatt, number 8731, is the most aggressive early on, while Wilhelm Gidabude of Tanzania in yellow and Masters runner Sami Ngasha of Kenya, a U.S. resident, are content to follow. Long-legged U.S. runner Weldon Johnson in blue on the far right seems comfortable with the tempo. As Peter Oviatt is dropped from the lead group, Wilhelm Gidabude tries pushing the pace. Gidabude is a strong runner and a great hill climber, but on this course, there are no hills for him to drop his competition. As the men's leaders near the 12.5-mile point, Mattila of Finland is dropped. Gidabude now knows the two runners left with him in the lead pack. Sami Ngasha is known to have a good finish. He attended the University of Texas El Paso and now runs for the U.S. Army team. Weldon Johnson is a Yale graduate who is fast improving, dropping 1 minute and 22 seconds off his personal best 10K in one race last year. Weldon Johnson is one of America's top prospects, not to be confused with Robert Johnson, his twin brother, who's also a top distance man. Recently, Johnson has embraced high-mileage training and training at altitude. He left his job as a full-time economic consultant in Washington, D.C., and has improved twice as much in the last year as in the previous 5. Welcome back to Las Vegas. You're looking at the leaders in the Las Vegas Half Marathon as the finish line looms just moments away. The leaders, Wilhelm Gidabude of Tanzania in yellow and Weldon Johnson of the United States in blue, showing some signs of strain as Sami Ngasha, a U.S. resident from Kenya, sits back. In the men's race, Gidabude, who has tried so hard to make a breakaway, is now losing form. He knows that first place is gone and is looking back to see if he can hold on to third. Weldon Johnson and Sami Ngasha are trying to determine exactly where the finish line is. Neither one wants to start their finishing kick without knowing exactly how far it is to the finish line, but they both know it's getting late in the game. As they come around the final turn, Weldon Johnson swings wide, running extra yards. And simultaneously, when they see the finish line, both runners start their sprint, but Johnson seems to have much more horsepower and comes flying down the final straightaway ahead of Sami Ngasha. Weldon Johnson, the winner of the Las Vegas Half Marathon. William Gidabude hangs on for third. And then it's Mattila of Finland. Another look at the final turn as Weldon Johnson swung wide to improve his angle for the finishing straight, much like a stock car driver. And he slams the door on Sami Ngasha just as they hit the final straightaway. Marathon. So Weldon Johnson wins the sprint to the finish line in the men's